Hello everyone and welcome to a new episode of Teen Wolf Inspect. I hope you're all doing well. It's been quite a while since I last posted a Teen Wolf Inspect video, but I hope you'll enjoy it and let's get started. Today I'm going to talk about the character of Allison Argent, one of my favorite, if not the favorite. Let's say that Allison is quite of an interesting character and a special one for me. The character of Allison appears pretty early in season 1 and is introduced as one of the main characters. It is clear that she's being presented as the love interest for the protagonist, Scott McCall. Just like Kira in a few seasons later, she was at one point and for most part of the first seasons, a reason of conflict for the protagonist. Being a part of a family of hunters, she was the link between Scott and his nemesis, and he had to take action to avoid her being hurt. It was that cliché of the girlfriend being in danger and the hero having to save her. However, Allison didn't need to be saved. And that's when we're getting to the internal conflict of the character of Allison Argent. Allison mainly struggled with the fear of being represented like how girls are usually represented, especially in shows. Emotional, dependent, weak, being used as emotional support for the male protagonist. She's not a tomboy or extremely girly. She embodies the perfect blend of femininity and resilience. However, most of the time, strong female characters lose their soft and gentle side. But Allison's character was able to remain strong while retaining her feminine traits. She was independent, strong-willed and tough, yet she could also cry, be in love with Scott, and be soft and feminine. A good example of that is when in season 2, her mother tells her that she has to be strong, continuing by saying she shouldn't want to be like those other girls that only worry about boyfriends and prom. Allison's answer was, "Can't I be strong and go to prom?" Kind of what this she was saying. Can I be strong, fearless, but still compassionate and in love? Allison's fear of being weak and dependent often pushed her to look out for a position of power. She wants to have that feeling of being in control of a situation, but mostly herself and her feelings. Dealing with emotions is one of her strongest struggles. She doesn't know how to feel. She's reluctant to show emotions. This is something her grandfather, Gerard, and her aunt, Kate Argent, understood quickly enough. They exploited that weakness to serve their plan of catching Derek and the Alpha, at the time Peter. With the intention of protecting and defending herself and the people she loved, she decided to fight. In the 9th episode of the first season, she undergoes a significant maturation process. We learn that the central issue driving her character is her yearning for power, which stems from her fear of vulnerability. In a conversation with her aunt, she confesses,
"That night in the school, I felt utterly weak. Like I needed somebody to come in and rescue me. I hate that feeling. I want to feel powerful."
Her storyline and emotional journey are distinct from the typical teenage girl character arc focused on romantic relationships. Instead, her journey is centered on fulfilling her own personal aspirations, which is a refreshing departure from the norm. In that same episode, there is a scene in which every main character is confronted with their fears. While all of them struggles with external fears, Allison confronts herself, meaning the internal struggle she faces. She has to deal with the family being hunters, although she doesn't fully embrace their ideology or code. She experiences a constant inner conflict, and she must also come to terms with her mother's death. She was angry at herself. In season 3, she establishes a new code, her code. We protect those who cannot protect themselves, defining her ground and her convictions, what she believes in. She ends up embracing the fact that she is a hunter who doesn't take lives, but save them. At the end of 3B, the pack goes on a mission to save Lydia after she was taken by the Nokitsune. Allison died to save her best friend. She was there to save Lydia, ended up saving her, Isaac, and the entire pack that night. It is worth noting that she was the one who discovered that a silver bullet could kill Honies. In season 5, the only reason why Sebastian spared Scott's life and did not kill him was because he saw a memory of Allison's in Scott's mind, who he thought was Mary Jane. She saved her friends once again. In conclusion, I love this character, her complexity, her internal conflicts, and her unique qualities that defy common stereotypes of female characters in TV shows. I appreciate the character for being strong-willed and independent, yet still showing compassion and vulnerability. Despite being in a vulnerable position, she doesn't need to be saved by the male protagonist, as she is capable of protecting herself and even those around her. It is also noteworthy that we discuss her quest for power and how her fear of weakness pushes her to look for a position of control. This adds depth to her character and explains her motivations for some of her actions. Finally, Allison's heroism and how she ultimately sacrifices herself to save her friends is a powerful moment in the series. I thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time for a new episode of Teen Wolf Inspect.